Alright guys, a lot of people out there say that nursing home nurses are pill pushers. If you've never heard them called pill pushers, you probably will at one point in time or the other. A lot of people say, oh, don't go to work at a nursing home. You're just going to be a pill pusher. You're not going to use your skills. All you really need to know is what time to do what if you go to a nursing home. That cannot be further from the truth. Now, when I graduated nursing school as a brand new grad, my very first job was a nursing home, long-term care, whatever you want to call it, because I honestly couldn't find anything quick enough. I really needed to better my family financially, and so I went straight to a nursing home to be a pill pusher. A lot of people said, oh, Chris, you're just going to be a pill pusher. They said things like, you're not going to do IV meds, you're not going to do pushes, you're not going to do Foley's, you're not going to do IVs, you're not going to do really any of these things. And that cannot be further from the truth. Long-term care is, in my opinion, sort of like a chronic med-surg floor. Whereas med-surg at the hospital is acute care, things just happen and now you have all of these people with these disabilities that just happen. Whereas long-term care nursing homes are like chronic med-surg units. You have people with respiratory diseases, heart diseases, cancers, dialysis, amputations, people that have physical disabilities, due to strokes or other illnesses. And you have to take care of all of these people, and you give out more different meds, probably than any other place I can think of, because most places, especially at the hospitals, are devoted to one particular thing. Like this unit is cardiac, this unit is renal, this unit is oncology. But at the nursing home, you have all of these people in one single unit, and that's your unit. And you're about to give all of these meds, and a lot of them are timed. Probably 99% of them are timed. I don't know of any untimed meds at the nursing home, but a lot of them are. And then not only that, at the nursing home I worked at, although we did have a laboratory that came around, they came around at around 6 a.m. If I was given something like vancomycin, which I did at the nursing home, and I had to do a peak and trough, well, then I had to get whatever I needed, the peak or the trough, whatever did not happen at 6 a.m., I had to get that, whenever it was time for it. I had to do that myself. I had no other phlebotomist to rely upon. So not only am I passing pills, I'm just a pill pusher. Yes, I'm pushing pills. Yes, I'm doing that. But I'm also drawing labs. That person also was on IV vancomycin. I'm setting up that pump, doing the IV. If I've got to change out the site of the IV, or, if it's a cath of some sort, a portacath or a PICC line of some sort, I got to clean that, change the dressing on that. I have to do all of these things. And then you also have patients who are on ventilators and feeding tubes and things like that. You got to care for whatever it is, the ventilator, the trach or the vent or the feeding tube, whatever it may be. I have to care for all of these things. And so I'm not just pushing meds. I'm doing probably more skills than I learned in nursing school than anywhere else. I'm also doing plenty of time management. Now, granted, the patients are a lot more stable in most cases than at the hospital, but I'm still doing a lot more care than just one particular unit at the hospital. So you can't just call a nursing home nurse a pill pusher. You can't just say all you do is push pills on a timed limit, because that's not the truth at all. That's pretty far from the truth. And I can't tell you how many times I heard that when I was a CNA, left the hospital, and then went straight to the nursing home. And I heard, plenty of times during my little notice, my 2-week or whatever notice, oh, Chris, you're just going to be a pill pusher. Oh, Chris, you're just going to be, you're not going to use any of your skills. You're just going to be a pill pusher. You're not going to know how to do anything, when you get out of there. You should stay here, at the hospital I was at. You should just stay where you're at. And, that was nowhere near the truth. I mean, I used more skills than I can think of off the top of my head right now, because I was just at the nursing home, and there was so many different disease processes. It was ridiculous, and I'm glad that I did learn as much as I did, at the long-term care facility, so that I can carry it further with me. I believe it was probably maybe not the best foundation I could have got, but in my case, it was the best foundation I could have received, as it taught me plenty of time management and how to do plenty of procedures and how to solve other problems with very basic utensils, because anybody who's worked at long-term care, you understand you don't have the largest budget, so you're going to do a lot of things kind of MacGyver-ish, if you can use that as a word. For those of you who are much younger, you probably don't know who MacGyver is. MacGyver is the person who could fly a plane with a paperclip and pack of bubble gum, and somehow he bust himself out of jail and made an airplane out of it. You almost had to be a MacGyver at the long-term care facility, at the nursing home, because you had to use all of your skills, but with a very limited budget and with limited resources. And so you definitely are much more than just a pill pusher at the long-term care facilities. Was it a job I could do for years? It wasn't for me. It was not. And it wasn't due to the lack of skills that I used. It wasn't due to me not using my skills. It just wasn't for me. The load was quite heavy. We had something like 23 patients each, depending upon if I did or did not have a med tech or whatever it may be. It wasn't for me, but I learned a lot about a lot of different things. Probably the most I've ever learned was at long-term care, but the hardest I ever worked was at dialysis. But the most I ever learned was long-term care, because there was just always something going on, something happening, something that needed addressing, something that I had to put in my little time management skill book, whatever it may be, and it was I didn't enjoy it, but it just wasn't for me, like I said before. You definitely learn much more at the long-term care than anyone ever really gives it credit for. And I feel that long-term care nurses are much more than just pill pushers and deserve much more credit than they're ever given. Also, long-term care facilities in general, especially the nicer ones, need to be called more than just, pill pusher sites and things like that, as I kind of feel like that's an unfair name. And a lot of the staff there works very, very hard to make sure that everyone makes it to the next day. But yeah, definitely, I don't think that nursing home nurses are just pill pushers. That's, just my opinion. But if you like this video, check this one out over here. My hand disappears. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe over there. Hope it helps. Thank you much.